Hey, good afternoon, folks. Just got done watching the president's press conference, and man, that was a little bit of a train wreck, to say the least. I'm not one to sing the praises of the liberal media, but just taking a flamethrower to reporters during that press conference just kind of looked just bad. I want to give you like my 100,000 foot view. You'll get what you pay for, which is clearly free. About where we are, and we have to debrief kind of how this happened. Remember, folks, in December when we first probably got intelligence, I'll leave it at that this thing escaped from a biological lab in Wuhan. Where were we? Let me ask you, where was the president? So, stock market at record highs, unemployment at record lows. They just failed at trying to impeach the guy. And the guy's riding on cloud nine. Literally just could not be any better in this country. So if you were Donald Trump, just got acquitted, stock market record highs, unemployment at record lows, just hitting on all cylinders, and they come to you and say, hey, Mr. President, there's a deadly pathogen loose in China, and we probably should really do something about it. How do you think he would have reacted? Now, if you don't know the guy's personality, my sister Kia has worked with him in the past. She's worked with Treasury Secretary Mnuchin. What you see is what you get with the guy. He's got no filter. So clearly, a lot of reports from buddies in the Pentagon and obviously published reports, including former Secretary of Defense Mad Dog Mattis, the guy's brilliant. Just ask him, right? And if he ain't liking something, he's going to ignore it. That's what I have to say about that. So we have to debrief what's going on. So, January 22nd, and I will actually post this, the replay from that session on that day. In our accelerated retirement brief on January 22nd, the headline is "Time to go to cash, get long volatility, and buy puts on the S&P 500." That was that day. Nailed it to essentially the day, and I'll show you that. Why am I bringing that up? Because you ready for this? Senator Byrne, Republican, North Carolina, Senator Feinstein, Democrat, obviously California, and Kelly Loeffler, Georgia, and James Inhofe, Republican, Oklahoma. You ready for this? And Burr is the head of the Senate Intelligence Committee. You know what came out last night? All of these folks, United States senators, dumped millions upon millions of stock before the market imploded. And Senator Burr is the head of the Senate Intel Committee, folks. He had a classified brief, went out and wrote an op-ed. You ready for this op-ed he wrote? The United States is better prepared than ever to fight coronavirus. Remain calm. The dude was on TV, big, massive Trump supporter saying everything's great, super, all is well. This is a joke. This is a liberal media conspiracy to take down the president. And what happened? The dude was saying that publicly and went and dumped a ton of stock and saved millions. You want to talk? And people thought I was joking about guns and civil unrest. How are you going to feel? How are the masses going to feel, folks, when they find out that a United States senator was lying to them about the severity of this and was selling stock to save his ass? Makes me want to go get a pitchfork and a torch and head up to D.C. Absolute disgrace. I mean, all of them should go. They should resign immediately, today, in disgrace. So this is, it's getting a lot more serious, obviously, clearly. California shut down. New York shut down. I have no idea what Ron DeSantis is waiting for here in the state of Florida. Again, I'm here in my backyard. Just got done trading my ass off with the folks on the Afterburner thread. I think we did about 15 grand this morning on bearish Brazil and a quick bearish S&P 500 trade. But things are going good, really good. Unfortunately, I know there's a lot of people that are going to be in pain out there. Use this time to better yourself, man, to get smart on finances. Never again. I told you the other day, after 9/11, I said I will never again put my future or current conditions in anybody else's hands. I took control of my own jet, and got airborne. Folks, I was on Texas state unemployment after I got furloughed from American Airlines. Went from collecting unemployment in the state of Texas and being put on my ass. Susie was waiting tables at an Italian restaurant, Buca di Beppo. I had 5 jobs at one point, and I started trading full time. Thankfully, or I guess not thankfully, our reserve squadron got mobilized and I could go back on active duty. But man, if you're on your ass, stop feeling sorry for yourself, get up, dust yourself off, and let's do this thing. And it's not over with China, ladies and gentlemen. They own, you ready for this? We get what, 95% of our medications from China, our medicine. And you ready for this? They own $1.3 trillion in our debt. Here's an idea, Mr. President. You pick up the phone and call Xi Jinping and say, hey, ass, you unleash this thing on the world, that $1.3 trillion in U.S. debt you own, it's at 0, and we'll call it even. Also came out today that the president pulled back a strike on Iran, a counter strike on Iran. Remember the last time? He said, hey, man, you guys kill one more American, I'm going to level you. They killed 2 U.S. soldiers and a Brit last week, and we were going to go big, and he said no because of the coronavirus. So kind of weakened a little bit. We're on our heels here as China's, coming out allegedly of their nightmare, and here we are on our heels, folks. Be very, very careful, man. I'm not kidding. Again, we're going to get through this. Sucks. It's a big shit sandwich. Put some Tabasco on it, but we're going to get through it. Okay? That's my take. That was not a good press conference. That was not good at all. The president can do better than that. And remember, folks, it's so funny. Months ago, you're a dyed-in-the-wool Trump supporter. No, I'm not, man. I can't stand dyed-in-the-wool either, folks. Democrats who Obama could do no wrong. He was literally Jesus Christ to them, would walk on water. Couldn't criticize the guy for anything. Those partisan hacks are one of the reasons our country is in this condition, man. Right? So I am going to criticize the president when he's wrong. And I'll praise him when he's right. He was absolutely asleep at the switch on this, ignored the advice of his leadership, and we're suffering for it right now. And he better get his shit together, okay? I'm going to go back inside, going to go trade, going to go hang out with the family, and enjoy this beautiful day. Namaste. We're going to get through this. God bless. I'll talk to you over the weekend.